New York City. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. Not true. Because see, New York didn't make me. I was created in Brewtown, manufactured by powerhouses, a product of Brownsville love, christened with the ripe watermelon from Mississippi. I saw myself as a tree planted by the Great Lakes. My roots run deep in Milwaukee. Christian named Wade. At night, surname Miller. High life in the winter, cautious during the summer. It brings out the crazies. Built up a shiny new ballpark for our baseball team. Now we go to the postseason every 4 years. White flight Wrangler jeans held up by rust belts, held up at gunpoint by communists and capitalists, holding up trickle-down economics, but the dry bones of A&O Smith, Tower Automotive, Masterlock didn't seem to make it. Have the inner city looking like an elephant boneyard. Hard times are made harder in these times. You can hear the bones crack over the chuckling of those who watch we struggle. Promise jobs that won't get to the city line. Create a highway that divides Brownsville so you can see the poverty line. Now that's progress. And a test to roam outside of your zip code is all I had left, so I left to New York. But New York didn't make me. If New York has made me anything, it's aware of my accent. It is not sexy. It is not colorful. It does not pop, twang, or make you think of the Caribbean. It doesn't represent any place hot, warm, or even tolerable. It flows over the lips of Milwaukee's best, with the slight awkwardness of all those who test going elsewhere, but staying home. It has a familiar but awkward taste like Miller's Coors. Rocky Mountain flavor mixed with the Milwaukee River running green, and not just on St. Patty's Day, a Polish-German essence that acts as though we're Irish, just fighting and drinking. At National Avenue, the offense is jailable. On Water Street, the offense is tolerable, and the state flag reads forward. It's almost laughable. It should read bulldoze. East Side condos built up just underneath the ghettos that cast an unforgivable, unforgettable shadow, too persistent to pretend it doesn't exist, but insist on pushing out the lower class. Tell them to get jobs, and since there's no jobs in the ghetto, you're telling them to get lost. Promise that there will be manufacturing opportunities in rural areas, then cut off the bus line at 124th Street to the west, Brown Deer Road to the north. Stay tuned, more cuts to follow. This was very noticeable in my speech when I reached New York. And New York didn't make me. If New York has made me anything, it's paranoid. Millions of people living on top of millions of people, and no one will make eye contact. Scared you'll ask them for something they ain't got, while they act like they got it, like money, like compassion, like the dreams they had when they went there, only to have a rude awakening of what is marketing, promoting, online dating. Nothing more than a teleconference sales pitch. Tell me, why should I take time out of my career to spend it with you? It better be worth it. Better not find you in Chinatown for cheaper time spent, laughing with the hipster in the East Village, talking about the invisible fences that divide them from they, we from us. An issue of trust I am all too familiar with. Milwaukeeans conceal and carry humanity in their back pocket and then blame it on the economy. The economy, he tells me, is why my PBR tall boy will cost $5. I told him there's a place in Brewtown where I can get those jokes for $2.50, and that's with a tip. You want a tip? If New York has made me anything, it's made me a hypocrite. Leaving my heart, venturing out, a dead man walking, heavy breathing. On the final evening before I was leaving, the most sincere thing anyone told me was, I hope to never see you in Milwaukee again. The truth sucks. Believing that quicksands form violently in cities like these. needing nourishment, feeding off those who feel they don't have a voice and are stuck here. And when I came back, I couldn't tell my friends not one story about my apartment, my job, the museums, the shows, the taxis, the poetry without saying, still, it doesn't feel like home. So what's the point of leaving? If home is where the heart is, why be a zombie? Everybody's in love with werewolves and vampires nowadays, budget cuts and building empire nowadays, saying we have a plan to bring jobs and people here, but have no plan to keep those who live here, getting us to stay put. So what's the point of going to New York and being homesick when I left because I was sick of home? It's because home is where the heart is. Maybe I buried mine in the sands of Bradford Beach on purpose. And the purpose is to remind me that the only place to find Milwaukee, home, is in Milwaukee.